Hello again, and welcome to what is now the fourth in our video tutorial series. We're getting started with ExpressWAHPz. What we're going to do this time is just concentrate a little bit more closely on editing the standard pages for the site. So if we look at the main manager area, under site contents we have standard pages. And these are the basic building blocks for your website. By default we have homepage, products, about, testimonials, FAQs, contact and news. Each one of these pages pretty much follows the same basic pattern. If we just go down through this list of standard pages, essentially every single one of these will be managed in the same way. We'll click on the pencil icon to edit, and that'll take us into an area where we can actually change the HTML, the web content. As I say, in all cases it's pretty much identical, the exceptions being the testimonials. If you've got any actual individual testimonial records defined in the testimonials area, that will get appended to the end of the page. So you can have a paragraph or two of introductory text and then the testimonials listed out. The contact us, again, the content you put in here will act as a sort of introductory paragraph. Then there's a standard contact form is automatically included, so you don't need to worry about building the form. With the news, again, you have an introductory paragraph, and then that'll be followed by content and headlines and that come out of this latest news area. So if we just go in now and look at an individual page, you would typically work from the top down. We briefly covered this when we were looking at setting up the structure overall in the previous video. I just want to go into a bit more detail into what each of these fields are. Basically, it's like the content type defines which of the standard pages it is. This is how the system knows when it's producing the content, when you get a site visitor, whether it needs to include the latest news or whether it needs to include the testimonials and so on. The page title, this basically shows in the browser window, it also shows in the tabs, and that information can also be extracted by the search engines and presented in the search results to help you identify results that are relevant to what you're looking for. The menu caption, this basically controls what's going to be output on this menu. So these first two options here are really the only, they've got the little asterisk there, they're the only things that are basically required fields. Everything else is currently optional. The menu order, basically that will determine from left to right, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just quickly change menu order 3 to 33 and save. When we go into here, refresh, we should find that SK just goes right to the end. The next area that you see will be the page content. So this is actually the HTML that's going to appear on the page. This is all about the structure and the labels and how it appears in the navigation, and this is the actual content itself. As you can see, all about me. So we just take a bit of a brief introductory piece of text. It can be built up later. So it's very easy and very quick to get content into here. Typically spend most of the time tweaking it, looking at maybe setting fonts, maybe setting font sizes, inserting images and all that kind of stuff. Basically, if you just quickly look through all of these toolbar options, anybody that's used a word processor will recognize the style and the type of interface. We've basically got the ability to cut, copy and paste. We've got the ability to paste from Word, spell checkers, undo and redo, Now we've basically got the finds, and we've got the remove format. It's fairly simple. If we just click on remove format, you see that will just revert to normal plain text. Now this maximize is good. This area is probably okay for working with a paragraph or two of text. If you're working on a full page of content, then it might start to get restrictive. You can actually resize here. So if you've got a nice big screen, you can resize there. But the maximize will basically take this up to the full page. So basically the full width and full height of the browser. You can just work in here. When you're done, just click on there again to get it back into the normal view. The bolds, the underlines, strike throughs, bullets, quote, block quote, justifications. Now we can insert links. Now with links, quite interesting, because we can do all sorts of things. We can link to external URLs, we can link to email addresses, we can link to anchors within, so basically link to another position, another point in the same document. We can also link to ExpressWAHPz page, and what this does is basically it pops up a very simple list. These are the standard pages, and if we had any separate articles, then these would appear in here. So if you actually want to reference one of your own pages within another page, you can select the text, do the link to ExpressWAHPz page, and click on the one that you want. So this is now a hyperlink which will be linked off to the contact page. We can insert images, we get the ability to put in tables, we can find a number of rows, a number of columns, the widths. We've got other tools, we can insert horizontal lines, we can insert smileys even, so we can insert special characters, we can insert printing page breaks, you can set the styles, you can set headings, you can set fonts, you can set font sizes, you can set background colors, we can set the text color, the font color. So basically, if you've used the word processor of any kind, a modern, what you see is what you get word processor, then this is going to be straightforward. So it's a straightforward thing for you to get to grips with. And then at the end here, we've just got some optional items. So really, the work that you put in there on the standard pages will pay dividends over and over and over again when you're working with everything else. So on that note, that's the end of this tutorial. Next time we'll start looking at the product manager.